Welcome to the Blessed Podcast. I'm your host, Dr. Raquel Tosin. And you all already know, if you have been listening, I believe that being blessed is a mindset. And this podcast is here to help you to become blessed that transcends a mere hashtag. Okay. Now, I interview guests every week, and these people I'm bringing on to you, they have already decided that they are blessed in their minds, and they are coming to share their story with you, or they're coming to share tips to help you to get to where we are, that we make a daily decision to be blessed. I'm broadcasting on WYTV7 Christian Broadcasters Network. And it is a nonprofit radio broadcast with the mission to empower, encourage, and educate. If you are enjoying the Blessed Podcast, please go donate at www.wytv7.org. Now, if you're ready, we're ready. I have a fun guest today, and I say fun because it's a new person. I'm meeting her the same time you all are. But she's Masara. She is a member of Delta Sigma Theta Sorority Incorporated. So as far as I'm concerned, we're sisters. We're just now meeting for the first time. That's all. So my guest is Carmen Reed. Carmen Reed Duckett. She's a certified mediation instructor, a certified Reiki practitioner, a certified Oracle card reading, and currently a natural holistic health doctoral student. She's been practicing meditation for 12 years and has been certified for 5. Now, we know it's January. We started off getting fiscally fit. You know, we got to get that money right. Everybody be talking about, I got to lose weight, but come on now, we need to lose some debt. That's what we need to do. All right. Then we went with Dr. Betsy, and she was telling about how mindset can affect how we feel. And I always known that, but to have a doctor come and say, yeah, all that stress is causing diabetes. All that stress is messing with your high blood pressure. So we talked about money, we talked about mindset, and now we are going to talk about meditation. Can I help y'all? Meditation will help you with all of that thing. Everything you want to change in your life, meditation can help you with that. So Carmen, thank you so much for joining us. Welcome to the Blessed Podcast.
So happy to be here.
So let's jump right into it. I found you because I was looking for somebody who was actually a certified meditation specialist, because meditation can be tricky for some people. Explain, because even for me, it was like, what am I doing? Am I doing it right? My mind keep wondering. And I was thinking that I was horrible at meditation. I've learned some things, but I want you to, why is meditation so hard for people to conceive?
That is an amazing question. Honestly, with meditation, you're kind of tricking your brain, right? Because throughout the day, you're constantly going. You're thinking about work, you're thinking about family. And that's just how our minds are trained. Even when we sleep, we're thinking. So with meditation, it's just like when you are exercising and you have that muscle memory, it's creating that muscle memory in the mind. So especially when you're first starting off, you can meditate and you can breathe, but the first thing your mind does when you are now calm and relaxed is going to start thinking about things.
Yes.
And the trick is to tell your mind that it is okay to relax. And honestly, that's one of the hugest deterrents for people. It's like, you know what? I don't think I'm doing this right. I'm breathing, I'm thinking, I'm sleeping, I'm doing everything I'm not supposed to do. But the key is really, I personally don't think it's a right or wrong way. You know, with meditation, you just have to find your way. You can meditate quietly. You can meditate while listening to music. It's not beating yourself up first and figuring out what works best for your mind and your body.
That is so important to remember, because there's more ways to meditate than just and like I'm not saying that nothing's wrong with that, but I'm like, but that just might not be what you need. You might need to, like, for me, oh man, put me on the ocean. Ooh, I can meditate.
Mm-hmm.
It's like it's the and I mean, I guess like ocean sounds would probably help too. And then like, have you ever like listened to a person's voice and it's like, oh man, I need them to speak to me so I can meditate because it was so calm and relaxing. Yeah. Yeah. So it's like that kind of thing. But to know that we're not doing it wrong, I think that's like really important for people to realize if they're gonna, because I believe everybody needs to have a meditation practice.
Yes.
They need to do it, even if it's just for the first 5 minutes of their day, yes, before they pick up the phone, before they just sit there and, okay, what is your definition of meditation now?
So my definition of meditation is really calming the body and clearing the mind. Okay. So even when you are just sitting in silence and you're just focusing on the breath, that is so powerful because what we fail to realize is the breath is the only thing that connects the mind and the body. So even if you don't think about anything, just think about the present moment and just breathing. And instantly you will find yourself being more calm and being more centered. It's one of the easiest things to do. And it's so natural to just breathe, but it's so hard for us to just be still, right? And that is the one thing all of us ask to do a lot. Like, oh, I need a vacation. I need a break. But you just have to be still and be in the moment.
Yes, I love that. Be still. So because, this is Blessed and WYTV7 is a Christian network, but we are not at Blessed. I can't speak for the other broadcasters, but at Blessed, we're not just about, all Christian, all Christian everything. And because what I found that you have a lot of Christian people at the church, they think when you start talking about meditation, and now you're talking about some woo stuff, right? It's like, but the Bible says to be still and know. And I'm like, if that's not him telling you to meditate,
yes.
I mean, it's just like, be still and know that I am God. And that's what I feel like with meditation. So I'm like, people that talk about they pray, but if you praying, you should be meditating because the meditation part, in my opinion, is your listening to God part.
Exactly.
So it's all part of prayer.
Yeah, because when I pray, that's when God hears me. But when I meditate, that's when I hear him. That's when his spirit is resonating within me. That's when I can do some self-reflection and self-discovery and really kind of home into myself and ask myself, okay, Carmen, what are some triggers? What are some things that are causing stress into your life? And most importantly, you are in control. So while I'm meditating and while I'm breathing, I'm really reevaluating myself and my approaches. Because at the end of the day, as you said before, stress is the trigger. So what can I do to alleviate that stress in my life so I don't cause myself to have high blood pressure, to have anxiety, to have a lot of these things? And it's so important.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. It's because now, of course, they're like, well, prayer is us talking to God and him God for us. It's like, but most people, when they think of prayer, they only are thinking about what they are saying. Uh-huh. That's why I always say add meditation, because meditation, close your mouth. You're not talking. You're listening. And the thing is, and what we're listening to is the God within. Uh-huh. Because, all right, I already know some of y'all know how I am. God is here inside, not up there in heaven. He's here inside. So when we meditate, we're going in to hear from spirit. We're hearing from God inside of us, telling us how we should be moving, how we should be, operating. It's a really personal type kind of thing, because it's like you can read the Bible, but the Bible is general; it's for everybody. But it's our meditation, and it's our meditation practice that allows a God to tell us what we need to do, how we're supposed to walk, how we're supposed to act, and like you said, reevaluate why did you even get triggered? Mm-hmm. Why did you allow that to upset you? What is it inside of you? What are the thoughts inside of you that connected with that you thought that was an attack on you.
Exactly.
Oh,
And also it's all about application too, right? It's not the fact that you are dismissing what happened. Mm-hmm. It's the fact that you are going into yourself internally and be like, you know what, I acknowledge that happened. I acknowledge that was hurtful or that was pain. But now I have the power to ask myself, how can I change how I think? How can I change how I react? How can I change the way I treat people? Because all of that holistically, that affects us, you know, internally and externally.
Oh my goodness. And this is about like, this is a practice. The meditation is a practice that I think like it solves so many things, but like even in our communicating with one another, like you could say something to me or if I say something to you and you get a look on your face, like, and it was totally opposite of what, and I'm supposed to look at you and like, okay, she didn't really get what I was saying, right? And then I'm supposed to make sure that you understood exactly what I meant, right? Mm-hmm. Okay. But for the person who was listening, we have to, like, what filters is this information going through? You know, and then once I figure out, okay, this information is going through this filter from how my mama taught me to look at stuff. And then it's like, okay, my mama taught me, but that might not have been right what she taught me, or it doesn't serve me. Not that it's right or wrong. It may have been good for her, but it doesn't serve me. So I need to stop letting things filter through this thing that wasn't even for me.
Exactly. You know,
it's so many filters.
Yeah, rediscovering your truth, right? And you hit the nail right on the head. There are some things that, you know, I witnessed growing up that was perfect for my mother, you know, and my father at that time.
Right.
Now, with me being a wife and a mom, I'm asking myself, like, okay, how does this apply to my life, to my child, to my environment? Right. And with meditation, it helps me to really listen better, to appreciate, because it's all about honoring space, right? Yeah. And it allows me to honor, you know, other spaces as well as mine. Like you are entitled to your feelings, to your thoughts. You are entitled to that. But with just being calm and centered, and when you listen openly, you know, listen to understand, not to be understood.
Yes.
And just breathe and take heed to what's going on. I've noticed just in my life that it has been applicable in everything, whether it's corporate, whether it's, you know, organizational wise or family wise. And I love it.
You know what you said it's like the just breathe. That is something that I realized that we don't really do. I mean, you know, we breathe because we gotta, you know, live. So it's a subconscious thing. We're breathing. We're not consciously breathing. But when we are conscious about our breath, then you realize how shallow your breathing is.
Exactly.
How you don't necessarily go, you know, get that big breath that you need, that deep, you know, we're not inhaling, we're not exhaling, we're not doing what we're supposed to do. So when you teach meditation, do you teach the breathing?
Absolutely. Yes. That is the first thing that I teach. And then before every class, we go through breathing exercises because exactly like you said, we only recognize the breath in different stressful or impacted situations. So you either have exercise or you have anxiety and you notice yourself just breathing fast, or you may be very calm and relaxed. And that's when you notice yourself breathing slow. And it's finding that middle, right? So even when you are just normal and in constant motion, just still focus on the breath. And in the classes, it's really allowing people to understand to breathe from the diaphragm. You don't have to breathe from the lungs, and allow that breath and that energy to flow through the body, because you will instantly feel your whole body relax and tension is relieved. And going back to what you were saying before, sometimes it only takes 5 minutes. That's really all you need.
Mm-hmm. So so for people that are listening, we have a little time, and I'm just like, could you do like a quick breathing technique type thing that you think we should be doing on a daily basis?
Of course. I would say one of the easiest things to do with breathing, the basis is kind of visualize your breath as a balloon. So when you breathe in, sometimes we, breathe in from the chest, but when you breathe in from the diaphragm, and imagine your belly kind of expanding. Mm-hmm. And when you breathe out, just allow it to deflate. And then with breathing out, you are purging that breath. And when you breathe out, especially with that technique, you feel your entire body just slowly relaxing and unwinding and de-stressing. And do that a couple of times, maybe 5 or 6 times, and you'll instantly feel that difference. And by breathing, it helps you connect in meditation quicker.
Okay. So you know the breath helps us to connect with the meditation. So when we are, so like the guided meditation, because I use those a lot, because it seems like they help me a little bit more when I'm like focused, because it gives me something to like focus on, as opposed to just being quiet and still, because my mind will go. But when I do the guided meditations, and I have strayed with those and fallen asleep, like you said, that's why you laughed, made me laugh when you said that. But in the guided meditations, are there like ones that are best that you suggest, or what?
Oh, really good question. So with guided meditation, and meditation in general is over 23 different techniques.
Okay.
But guided is the most popular one. And one thing I always say is like try a couple ones. For some people, affirmation meditation is great if they're stressed. But if you're trying to relax, guided meditation is also best, because with guided, it can take you on this beach and you can visualize the waves and hear the birds chirping and feel the wind. You really become a part of that imagery. And it allows for you to relax. You're bringing the sand, to your own beach, I guess.
Right.
Those are the best ones. But also with guided meditations, there are some ones where people are just talking. And for a lot of people, that's not good for them. It doesn't help you relax, because now you're too busy thinking about what they're saying. But even if you cannot find a guided meditation that you feel that you're connected with, most times just listening to meditation music and just flowing with the music, hearing the different sounds, hearing the waves, hearing the birds, like really seeing what different elements in that music that you can listen to, you will find yourself become more and more relaxed. Because with that music, it is connected with different hertz in the brain that, with those, allows your alpha, your delta, your different brain waves to relax more.
So that, because I was looking at that, so those different brain waves, so what brain wave, what hertz should be looking at when we want to relax?
So if you want to relax, sometimes the best one is about maybe 575 hertz. With a lot of the guided meditations, especially if you pull it up on YouTube, it will have it in the title description. But with those, it will allow you to be more close to your REM brain waves, where you're really able to go into a deep meditation and fall asleep if you want.
And it's okay. That's what we want to do, because we wanted it to make us relax, and that's what it did, and that's what it did. So that's a win when we...
Not all the time, though.
Not all the time, but it's a win if you do it at night and for that person. Okay, so what made you start meditating?
Oh, great question. Honestly, when I was in college, I suffered with anxiety and stress really bad. And also my father passed away. So I started meditating because that was the only thing in my life where I found peace. Things just became more clear. And I found that just like I have control over the breath, I had control over my life, and I had control over how I react to things and how I deal with people. And I saw that shift. I saw that change. I was like, wow, if this can help me through this traumatic time, I know this can help others. Because with my anxiety, I would suffer through really bad migraines where I was hospitalized.
Oh, wow.
And I did not want stress to take my life so young. And I saw just, it's kind of like a seed that you plant, right? One bad thing can happen, you plant that seed. And we manipulate our minds every day.
Ooh.
So once I planted that seed, those manipulations was the water that I allowed for that seed to grow.
Yeah.
And it started to spiral, and I had no control over my own life. And I didn't like that.
Right.
And ever since then, I haven't looked back.
You know, that is so, oh my gosh, I don't even know where to start, because it's like so much to unpack from it, because the stories that we tell ourselves. And I'm here to tell y'all, yes, bad things happen to us. The thing, like you said earlier, let's go ahead and sit in that for a minute. That was horrible what that person did. It was horrible. Shame on them. Let's even take some time to cuss them out and everything. And let's do all that. Take the time. Okay, done. Now, how you feeling? You're stressed, you're angry, and everything tight. There's nothing good coming from that. But you got it out because you need to get it out. Now, you got to move on. And the best way to move on is change the story.
Exactly.
Change the story. You're not changing the facts, but you're changing the story that you're telling yourself. So I'm going to use myself, because y'all know I love to use myself as an example. Because, just to show you, I'm just like everybody else, My son's father left me to raise him alone. And now I could be a bitter woman to have that story. My son's father left me to raise him alone. That could be my story, make me bitter and distrustful and all that. Or I can say that my son's father gave me the opportunity to raise him the way I wanted to raise him, with the people and the village that God wanted him to be raised in. And he became a perfect person. Well, a perfect individual based on the people that were around him. Because he my child didn't need that other person in life. So I'm going to turn around and be like, you know what? The story is, he gave me the opportunity to raise my son the way I wanted to raise him.
But also,
and it's very empowering.
Yeah, it's very empowering, right?
Yeah.
And I'm so happy you said that, because it's important. It's one thing to just say stuff, but it's another thing to say it and believe it and accept it.
Yes.
Yeah.
But if we keep saying it enough, because it's just like all the other lies. Let me just help everybody, because I know y'all gonna really come. Please write me if y'all don't agree, because I really want to hear what people think. It's flu season. How many times we hear that lie and we believe it? Because honestly, I've never gotten the flu. So why I'm calling stuff the flu season? I've never had the flu. But I'm going to call this time, a certain time of the year, the flu season, because everybody else said that that's what it was. But we keep saying it, we keep saying it, we keep saying it, we keep believing it, we keep believing it. Like, we say stuff and we don't believe it, but we keep saying it anyway, and then we start believing it.
Yep.
So, of course, a lot of people gonna get the flu. You know why? Because a lot of people have believed that this is the time when you're supposed to get the flu.
Yeah.
And it's like, and some people are like, well, that's the truth though. But is it? Or is it that's just because everybody collectively have put that in the consciousness, and that's what everybody gets? It's just like, when we get a group of Black women and we want to say, men are dogs, Black men don't appreciate it. Is it the truth? Mm-hmm. Or is it just the collective consciousness that we are all agreeing to?
Yeah.
And then, so it's like, what if we just decided that we weren't going to believe certain things anymore? And some people are like, well, that ain't going to stop it from happening, but it may stop it happening for you. And then once it stopped happening for enough people, guess what?
Right.
The other people gonna start saying that, and then they're gonna be like, well, that must be the norm, and then everybody else gonna start believing the way we believe.
Yeah.
So we can take a lot of things out of the consciousness, the collective consciousness, if we just stop consciously thinking about it.
Mm-hmm.
It's just some things to think about while you are meditating. Because seriously, and I say that because sometimes when I meditate, it really is for God to give me what my goal, what my purpose is for this time. I don't think we have just one purpose. Is we have this for such a time as this. And there may be something that comes up in my spirit, and now like, okay, run with that. Like the blessed. Tell everybody they blessed. Just believe it. Just be blessed. Just tell everybody. And then eventually everybody will start believing it.
Yeah.
You know? It's like the meditation. People like, well, breathing ain't gonna help no stress. Well, what if it does? So let's just breathe and say breathing to keep my stress down. Mm-hmm. Meditating will help keep my stress down. Let's keep saying it, and then let's do it, and let's believe it, and we'll see it, and it works. And it's like now it get into the consciousness, and everybody know we can take care of the diseases and sickness with breathing and meditation. We only have 5 minutes. Carmen, I have enjoyed talking with you. I hope everybody has enjoyed. I hope you got something out of this. If you weren't meditating, please start meditating. If you need help with your meditation practice, you can contact Carmen how?
You can visit my website, www.selfhealingmeditationstudio.org, or you can visit me on Facebook on Self Healing Meditation Studio.
Self Healing Meditation Studio.
Yes.
We will put that in the link. And everybody, thank you, Carmen, again. Listen, y'all, meditation practice. We done talked about money. We talked about mindset. We done talked about meditation. If you didn't have any goals for 2021, those are good 3 good goals to start saving more money, protecting your money, growing more money, all of that stuff, but getting your money right, getting your mindset about everything right, just changing it to something that is going to serve you, and then meditating, because once you have that, you can't even change your mindset really without proper meditation.
Oh yes, meditation brings manifestation.
Yes. So all of that, all 3 of these things, these are 3 things for January 2021 to help you get through the whole year and then some, because your meditation practice is not going to stop. Once you start it, you will complete it. You will keep doing it. It'll be like second nature. It'll be subconsciously. You'll be doing it just like you breathing, but you'll be taking a little bit more time, and you'll make sure you learn how to calm yourself. And oh my gosh, I'm just excited about what's going to happen. I really am. I'm so glad to have met you now. And I see the chakras. We are going to have to do a show about chakras.
Oh, definitely.
Because let me tell you, oh my goodness, lining up them chakras.
Energy, yes.
The energy. Oh, and then let me just say, everybody that's out there that love God, you can love God and believe that your energy needs to be cleared all at the same time. You can believe them both. It's okay. For those people that said you couldn't, they lied to you. Yes. I'm just saying, you can believe both.
And if you are interested, I definitely have a meditation, I guess, podcast where I just have all guided meditations if you want to just take 5 minutes and just relax. And it's Self Healing Meditation Studio on Castbox.
Okay, everybody, go. We'll put that information in there. Thank you so much. We have to go now. This podcast was brought to you by Toastums Publishing. Hey, remember, I didn't say journaling, but we know we need to be journaling too. And go get the I Am Blessed journal on Amazon.com, or you can go to www.tolsonbooks.com to get the journal. And until next week, be blessed.